Morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 29th of March 2025 and today for the last time this season, God it feels good to smile, we are off to London and it is for Barnet versus Gateshead in the National League. So just got off the tube at Cannons Park and heading down to the ground now and going into this afternoon's game. Barnet are of course top of the National League, 11 points clear with 7 games left. It is looking for all the world as though they are going to win the league this season. A large factor in that is the fact that they haven't lost a home game yet this season and they haven't been beaten at all since October, so I don't think that you can really have any arguments or complaints about them being in the position that they are in, and obviously given our current form it maybe goes without saying that it's going to be a pretty tall order for us this afternoon, but it would just be so typical of us, wouldn't it? We've collected 1 point from a possible 18 throughout the month of March. All of our other games have been against sides that are beneath us in the table, so yeah, it would be so typical of us to come down here and get a result this afternoon, and we are coming into this game still in 6th place in the National League table despite last weekend's 2-0 loss at home to Tamworth. In midweek, a few of the teams around us played one of their games in hand, and the results actually did go our way, so there is maybe that to take at least, but we can't keep relying on favours if we are to get in the playoffs, if you get what I mean. I'm going to take this game this afternoon with a little bit of a pinch of salt. All I kind of want from this game realistically this afternoon is to come away from it thinking, right, okay, if we can put in that kind of effort and those kind of performance levels, then there is a chance that we can get results against the sides that on paper we probably need to be beaten if we are to secure our place in the playoffs. And it's been quite a busy week at the club. There's still obviously the ongoing speculation with regards to this whole takeover scenario. I'm sure we'll probably hear a little bit more over the next week as to what the actual crack is there, but on Thursday, which was of course a deadline for player registration in non-league. We did bring in 3 new additions, namely Braden Johnson, who's arrived on loan from Middlesbrough until the end of the season, Ethan Robson, who's arrived on loan from Carlisle United until the end of the season, and Tim Akinola, who's joined on a permanent deal from Chesterfield until the end of next season. Of course, Akinola did play for Solihull against us just over a month ago, which is actually the last game we won, and by God, that game feels a long time ago now. And by the sounds of it, it's, maybe 1 or 2 of our key players in defence are going to start coming back from injury, which is of course a good thing. It looks though Kenton Richardson's going to be in the matchday squad today. Ryan Bartley's coming back from his 3-match ban. Hopefully Joe Grayson isn't a million miles away. Robbie Tinkler of course was on the bench last week, so hopefully things are starting to look maybe up somewhat coming into this game. But as I said, I am just going to take this one with a little bit of a pinch of salt today. I'm coming down here not expecting a great deal, so if we can get a win or a draw out of it, it would probably come as a bit of a pleasant surprise. But I think when you look at it in April, I know we've still got the other 2 from the top 3 to play, but I think last season, I think it was 71 points got you in the playoffs. We're on 60 at the moment, so really you're looking at 3 wins and 2 draws, which is achievable, despite the fact that we do have to play the Aussie Barnet today, as well as a trip to Forest Green and a home game against York. But it goes without saying we have to be a lot better than what we've shown over the last few games or so. But maybe the fact that there isn't that level of expectation on us today, everyone's expecting us to lose, that might even prove to be a good thing for us. You never know, because I think maybe the fact that the last 3 games especially were built up as must wins, maybe it didn't really do anyone any favours. But obviously this one today, absolutely no one's expecting us to come down here and get a result. As it goes, we actually do have a respectable record against Barnet. Whether that lasts beyond today, who knows. But yeah, I think, as I said a little bit earlier on, I just want to come away from this game today with a little bit more confidence that we can get results in some of the upcoming games, such as obviously the one at home against Dagenham next week. But let's head on down to the Hive and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up at Gateshead, are getting ready in the half that we're in. Of course, going to be in the claret and blue away strip this afternoon, and Barnet again ready in the distance, going to be in their orange and black combination home strip. Anyway, I'll see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match.
Which gives us time now to look at our dedications and
half-time, Barnet 2, Gateshead 0. Sometimes you've just got to take your medicine and accept that the opposition are just better than you, but that being said, we've shown them far too much respect. We've barely had a touch of the ball inside their half, other than the 3 chances that we have had. Obviously Malcolm in the opening stages, I can't remember if it was Malcolm or if it was Newell that tried to chip the goalkeeper when he was clean through, then obviously the one where Newell headed it wide. But other than that, we've barely had a kick of the ball inside of their half, and whenever they've come forward, we've looked almost scared to make a tackle on them. They are completely and utterly outplaying us so far, but I was hoping at least that we would have made a slightly better attempt at it than what we actually have so far. And it has to be said that we're lucky that we're not down to 10 men. I wasn't recording at the time, but Newton's gone in late on one of their players, and any other referee could so easily have sent him off, but I think he's maybe been given the benefit of the doubt somewhat there. It's going to be a long 45 minutes coming up, let's put it that way. Again, I can't see us getting back into this game whatsoever. Barnet just looked so comfortable on the ball, just look as though they've got chances in them whenever they come forward. As I say, we just can't really get near them, we can't really get out of our own half, so I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of going to be just glad when this game's out of the way, then hopefully we can move on to Dagenham at home next week, which on paper is a game that we really have to be looking to win. But I was just hoping that we could have made a slightly better fist of it than what we actually have. Minutes of added time at the end of this game, 5 minutes.
last time to today's match day co-sponsors, Rob Pennell, Pearson.
Full-time Barnet 3, Gateshead 1. I think the subs made it a bit of a different game, really, didn't they? I liked the look of young Braden Johnson when he came on. He was really getting stuck in, showing no fear, going into challenges and that sort of thing, which is perhaps kind of what we're missing in the first half. And it looks as though he could pick out a pass quite well and that sort of thing. And to say Brandon Hornstrup's been out for however many months, I thought he really made a positive impact when he came on. And I think I heard something about Brandon Hornstrup quite recently, actually. Someone said to us, if it wasn't for the amount of injuries that he does have, he'd probably be playing in League One on a regular basis. And I think we maybe saw glimpses of the actual quality that he does have. And based on what I saw from him today, I really hope we can keep him fit between now and the end of the season, because I think players such as him have got a big role to play. But let's take nothing away from Barnet. They are the top of the league for a reason, and they perhaps showed it today. I think especially in the last 15 minutes or so of the game, where we were starting to put them under the cosh a little bit, got the goal back, and as we said, it was a very good finish as well from Jovan Malcolm. And I think for his work rate over the last couple of weeks, I think he perhaps deserved that one. If anyone in the squad deserved to get a goal, and a goal of good quality, then it probably was him. But I think Barnet, in terms of their overall game management and the fact that they just had that bit of extra quality on us, I think that helped them through today. I think when it was at 2-1 and us fans behind the goal were starting to get a little bit excited, had a little bit of belief stored back into us. They knew how to handle that situation, and that's exactly why they've not been beaten since October. They know how to win games, they know how to win games well, they know how to win games maybe a little bit ugly. I think that one was maybe somewhere a little bit in the middle today. I don't think, I think all in all they were pretty comfortable throughout the course of the game, but we didn't allow them to run riot. And I think as far as we go, it does have to be said, it wasn't an improvement on the last few games. I mean, granted, it was that was a very, very low bar, but an improvement's still an improvement. And I think this game today, I wouldn't call it a free hit as such, but one that you probably did have to take with a little bit of a pinch of salt. Obviously, all things considered, I think even if you are in good form, I think it is always a pretty tall order going to the Hive. I said it right at the start of the season. I thought the position Barnet were in now, this was probably the best ever chance that they were going to have to get out of this league, and I think they're going to go on and do that now. I mean, yes, York could technically still catch them, but they are. But York just have to keep winning and winning and winning, and also be heavily reliant on favours. So I've no gripe with Barnet being top of the league or anything like that. I think today they've really showed why, like I said, why they're top of the league, why they've got so much quality, and I think why they'll go into League Two next season. I think they'll make a pretty good stab of it, but it's no hidden secret for us. We need wins, and we need wins fast. Starting next Saturday against Dagenham, obviously a side who we had who the reverse fixture against was nothing short of a horror show. Let's put it that way. But a side that are struggling at the bottom end of the table. I know they've picked up a few decent enough results of late. Obviously winning at Halifax, getting a point at Sutton, and beating Maidenhead today. So they're starting to pick up a little bit of form, but we've lost 6 on the bounce, and it's an absolutely awful run. I think it's the worst in 40 odd years or something like that. So that's obviously the worst in my lifetime. I'm 27, not far off being 28. So it's for me, it's obviously pretty unfamiliar territory to see us lose this many games on the bounce. I mean, obviously throughout every season that I've been following the club, we've always had a bit of a sticky patch of form, but obviously nothing this bad. But there were elements within the overall game today that made me think that, you know what, if we can apply those next week and in some of the other games between now and the end of the season, then there is going to be opportunities for us to win the necessary amount of games and collect the necessary amount of points that we will need to get in the playoffs. But it is going to be exceptionally close. I think a couple of the sides around us picked up some decent results today, and there's going to be a lot of twists and turns between now and the end of the season. But we're in a transitional period, but we just need to just have a good week of training and that sort of thing, and just make sure that we're ready for the challenge that Dagenham will pose next Saturday, and just make sure that by the end of that game we are on the right end of the scoreline and have put an end to this pretty horrible rot that we are on at this moment in time. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back tomorrow, and it is the first of a two-part extreme day trip, and of course we are heading to Portugal, as I maybe led on at the end of the women's game at Newcastle last week, and part one of it is from Liga Portugal 2, and it is Lejoice versus Liera. I've probably pronounced those names embarrassingly wrong, but I'm really excited to obviously get up at 3 a.m, whatever it is, then head on down to Porto. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a pretty hot day by the looks of things. I'll be pretty tired by the end of it all when I get back into the UK tomorrow night, but all the same, hopefully it can be a positive end to what has been an otherwise pretty miserable month. But until tomorrow, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.